All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to unlock one of the most powerful tools any developer can have, the Bash command line. We're going to go from zero to hero and turn that scary-looking black box into your secret weapon for getting things done fast. Let's dive in.
You know the feeling, right? You've got to rename like 100 photos, or you're trying to find one specific line of code that's buried in dozens of files. Or maybe you're just trying to clean up that messy downloads folder. It's just click, drag, right-click, repeat, over and over and over again. It is so slow, it's tedious, and you know you're going to make a mistake eventually.
Well, I'm here to tell you there is a much, much better way. We're going to completely bypass all the clicks and learn to speak your computer's native language. This is where you take direct control, telling your machine exactly what to do and watching it execute incredibly complex tasks in, like, an instant.
So, let's start right at the beginning. In this first part, we're just going to get comfortable in our new environment and learn the basic vocabulary of the shell. You can think of this as your first day on the job, and I'm here to show you around.
Okay, so you know the stuff on the left, that's the GUI, the world of windows and icons. It's easy to get started with, but it's often slow for complex tasks. But on the right, that's the CLI, the command line interface. It's all text, and for developers, this is where the real magic happens. And the reason is simple: speed and automation. You can chain commands together to do things that would take forever with a mouse.
So what even is this command line we're talking about? Well, most of the time, it's Bash. You can think of Bash as a shell. It's basically an interpreter that takes the text commands you type and tells the operating system what to do. The best part? It's the default on pretty much every Linux system and on Mac OS, which makes it an absolutely essential skill to learn. Okay, let's learn our first words. These are the absolute fundamentals. With PWD, you can always ask, where am I right now? Use LS to see what files and folders are around you. CD is how you move from one place to another. And with mkdir, touch, and rm, you now have the power to create and destroy files and folders. You really want to practice these. They'll become muscle memory before you know it.
And I really want you to take this to heart. These aren't just some cryptic codes you have to memorize. Every single one is a specific power you now have. With just one line of text, you can create a whole project structure, find a file instantly, or clean up an entire directory in the blink of an eye. You are already faster than you were 5 minutes ago.
All right, time for a quick pop quiz. Let's say you've written a script, but it won't run. This happens all the time, and it's usually a permissions issue. You need to make the file executable. So, which one of these commands does that? Got an idea? If you picked B, chmod plus X, you are absolutely right. Chmod stands for change mode, and plus X adds the executable permission. This is a super common thing that trips up beginners, so it's a good one to remember.
Okay, you've got the basic vocabulary down pat. Now, let's actually put it to work with a simple, but you'll see, an incredibly useful first project. We are going to build a script that cleans up a messy folder for us automatically.
Here's the game plan. Just picture your downloads folder right now. Total chaos, right? A mix of images, documents, zip files. Our script is going to fix that. First, it'll create new folders, like images and documents. Then, it's going to loop through every single file, check its extension, like .jpg or .txt, and then move it into the right folder. It's simple, it's powerful, and it's a huge time saver.
That first project shows us something really crucial. While single commands are useful, the real power of Bash comes from combining them into scripts. This is how we go from just talking to the computer to basically conducting an orchestra of automated tasks. Let's see how that works.
Now, the single most important concept for this is the pipe. That's the vertical bar symbol. It's a beautifully simple idea. It lets you take the result of one command and immediately funnel it to become the input for a second command, all without needing to save anything in between. It's like a little assembly line for your data.
Let's look at a real example. The command psaux will list every single process running on your computer. And if you run this, you're going to get a massive wall of text. It's useful info. You'll see the user, the process ID, CPU usage, but it's way, way too much to read through by hand. But now watch what happens when we add the pipe. See that? We take that messy, huge output from psaux and we funnel it directly into grep, which is a powerful search tool. We tell grep to only show us the lines that contain the word systemd, and just like that, that wall of text gets filtered down to exactly what we were looking for. This is the heart and soul of working efficiently on the command line.
And grep is just one member of a whole team of text wrangling tools. Sed is your go-to for find and replace. It's perfect for changing a version number across your entire project in one go. Awk is a genius when it comes to data that's in columns. Think of it for pulling out just the IP addresses from a log file. Sort does exactly what it sounds like, and WC, for word count, can instantly tell you how many lines are in a massive file. Mastering these tools is what turns you into a bash wizard.
So now that we can build scripts, let's talk about how to build good scripts. I mean, it's one thing to write something that works for you once, but it's another thing entirely to write something that's reliable, easy to read, and simple to fix when it breaks. This is really what separates a hobbyist from a professional.
So let's tackle a more professional project, an automated backup tool. The goal here is to take some important configuration files, bundle them up, and compress them using a tool called tar. Then add a unique timestamp to the file name so we don't overwrite old backups. And the final step is to use a scheduler like cron to make the script run automatically every single day without us ever having to touch it.
Now this is a crucial point. What happens when things go wrong? See, without any error handling, a script might fail on the very first step but just keep on running, which can lead to really weird and unpredictable results. But by adding this one line, set-e, to the top of your script, you're telling Bash, hey, stop immediately if any command fails. It is such a simple, powerful line that can save you from huge headaches down the road.
And when your script still doesn't work, you need a good toolkit. SetX is kind of like a debug mode. It prints every single command right before it runs, so you can see exactly what's happening. Bash-n is like a quick spell check for your script syntax. And shell check, oh man, shell check is an absolute must-have. It's a tool that'll find common mistakes and actually teach you best practices. Seriously, use it on every script you write.
We have covered a ton of ground, from basic commands all the way to professional scripting. So, where does all this lead? Let's talk about how these skills actually build into a valuable career path. Why does mastering Bash matter so much right now?
Now, you'll probably hear about other shells like Zsh or Fish, and they do have some cool features like really fancy auto-suggestions. But just look at that top row, availability. Bash is everywhere, especially on the servers that run the internet. It's the universal language. If you learn Bash first, it means you can work on pretty much any system anywhere in the world. And that universality is so key. If you're at all interested in a career in DevOps or cloud engineering or system administration, strong Bash skills aren't optional. They are the absolute foundation. This is how servers are configured, how software gets deployed, how massive infrastructure is managed. You're learning how to automate the world.
So what's next? Well, practice is everything. Find small, annoying tasks in your own daily workflow and try to automate them. From there, explore cron for scheduling jobs and SSH for securely connecting to other machines. And don't try to learn in a vacuum. Join communities like Stack Overflow or Reddit. And for a more structured path forward, resources like roadmap.sh are absolutely invaluable.
And with that, we've reached the end of this explainer. But really, this is just the beginning of your journey. You now have the fundamental building blocks to take direct control of your computer and make it do your bidding. You have the superpower of automation. So I'll leave you with this question. What tedious task are you going to eliminate first? What will you build?
All right.